Welcome to this lesson on how to register domain names. When I started out, one of the very first things that I did, that was in 2013, was to register my first domain name. And if you are going to start an online business in a serious way, you are not just doing it as a hobby, you are taking it seriously and you want people to take you seriously, you should definitely have a domain name. Okay, there is the alternative of having a subdomain on various kinds of platforms, maybe something like yourname.wordpress.com, but that's not professional. Okay, so what we're going to cover in this lesson is how to register a domain name. But before that, we are going to talk about domain names in general, because this is a training for beginners. We are not assuming that you know anything. Okay, so we're going to break everything down. And if at the end of the day you have questions, okay, you are going to be able to ask your questions and get them answered on our discussion platform. Okay, so what is a domain name and why do you need one? Your domain name is your address on the internet. That's the short way to explain it. It's your address or your identity on the internet. If you type facebook.com into your web browser, for example, facebook.com is a domain name, google.com is a domain name, philipamiola.org is a domain name. So when you type a domain name into a web browser, it leads you to the website that the domain name is pointing to. So why do you need a domain name? The first reason is that that's your identity online. That's the address that you give people. That is where people can find you online. Technically, you don't need a domain name. Every location on the internet, I mean, technically now, okay, let me complete it first. Technically, you don't need a domain name, but practically, you need a domain name. In fact, as your business grows, you are going to have several domain names. As I'm speaking now, many domain names do I have? I know nothing less than, let me see, nothing less than 8 that I personally own. Okay, but if I say that and count, it might be actually more than that. But the point is, technically, you don't need a domain name, but practically, you need one. Now, technically, every location on the internet has something that you might call coordinates, okay? But on the internet, it is called IP address, okay? Just like when you are going somewhere physically now, maybe you are going to a location that you've not been to before, or even somewhere that you've been to, they are the coordinates. You can say, okay, something degree north, something degree east, in latitude and longitude. You can define that any place on the earth. You can define any location on the earth by longitude and latitude. But imagine if I'm going to Ikeja, Lagos, for example, maybe I'm going to, for example, let's just say number 30 or Bahakran, Obahakran Avenue or whatever, Ikeja, Lagos. Okay. Now that is easy. I can ask anybody. I can type it into the map. But if I tell you, okay, longitude 4 degree north or whatever, latitude something degree east, you are going to look at me like, are you okay? What are you talking about? Because now I'm giving you technical information which you may not be able to process. You understand? So in the same way, the website on the internet is going to have an IP address, but the IP address is in numbers. What the domain name does is that the domain name translates those numbers into memorable words that people can easily remember and type into their browser. For example, I can't tell you that, okay, go and visit what my website address is 114.231.804. You will feel like, what are you talking about? So instead of having to type in an IP address, you are going to register a domain name. So that domain name is what people are going to use to locate you online. And it's also a very important aspect of building your brand, either your personal brand or the brand of your business. And it goes on and on. You can do your own research and find out why you need a domain name. But those are the basic reasons, okay? If you are starting a business, for example, you need a location, you need an address where people can find you, okay? For online businesses, that address is your domain name. And even for brick and mortar businesses that want to go online, which every business should go online, by the way. Okay, so everybody actually needs the domain name. You need at least one domain name for your personal brand, and you need at least one domain name for your business. But when you are just getting started, I advise that you start with a domain name for your business and use your name. Okay, I, for example, have philipamiola.org. Okay, so that's my name, then .org. Okay, so you should start with your name. That's what I recommend. It helps to build your personal brand. It helps to increase your online visibility. And when you are just getting started, especially, you are not sure exactly, what you want to do. Like there's this scripture that says that it has not yet appeared what we shall be. Okay, but when we see him, we shall be like him. So it doesn't yet appear what we shall be. Your business, it doesn't yet appear what your business shall be. Okay, you may think, oh, this is what I want to do. 3 years down the line, you may want to pivot. And every business should actually get to a point where you pivot, by the way. Those are some of the things we're going to deal with in the subsequent training sessions and especially the coaching program. But for a start with your name. Now you can do anything under your name because your name is your name. You understand? And once you build popularity, as it were, with that name, once people identify with that name, any other thing that you do, okay, people are going to trust that name. They will transfer the trust that they already have in your name. They will transfer it to every other thing that you do. You understand? So you are building brand equity, so to say, and goodwill. Okay, so it's important that you build it on it's just like building a house now. Okay, you want to build your house on your land, a land that that is not like maybe 3 years from now government will say sorry, this land belongs to us, or somebody. You understand? So in the same way, your online business is like building a house. You want to build your house on the land that you own. We're still going to get there. That's one of the reasons we say you should have your own domain name, and then we are going to also have a hosting account, web hosting account. We'll get there. But the point I'm making here now is that if you build a business on your name, you will always own your name. If you're not like one fellow that sold his name, he auctioned his name, but that's by the way. Now, but you will always own your name, you understand? So whatever else changes, your name is your name. Even if you change your name later, okay, you still have the right to the name you were using before. Now, for those that maybe, I don't know whether, okay, don't let me bring up controversy, but the point is, if you are a lady, for example, and you want to use your maiden name, it's okay. Or you could use something like, let's say your name is Tomilayo, for example, and you are not yet married. And let's say your full name is Tomilayo Abubakar. So you are thinking, if I put tomilayoabubakar.com, okay, what if when I marry another? It's not an issue. Your name is still your name. You can redirect. That's one option. Then another option is you can simply use Tomilayo or something like work with Tomilayo.com. Do you understand? Okay, there are lots of ways to work around it. The specific details for each person, we can deal with those during the feedback and discussions. Okay, so you are going to find a link in the course of this training where you are going to be able to join our discussion platform if you are not there already, so you can ask any questions that you have. But some basic things to consider when you are choosing a domain name. I've told you, first of all, if you are registering your first domain name, make it your name. Register your name as a domain name. And I advise that you register a .com domain name for a start, because .com is the most popular top-level domain. Okay, it's the most popular. Sometimes people may not remember your domain name, but if they remember your name, they will just add a .com to it. Okay, so it's advisable that you start with a .com domain name. But for various reasons, you may register anyone that works for you. You can register a .org, you can register a .xyz. Technically, again, .com is for businesses. .com then looks like commercial. .org then looks like organization. Okay, then .xyz is like a new .com. Okay, if you want to register something and .com is not available, you can use .xyz. But all of these things at the end of the day is a matter of preference, except for a few domain names that are regulated. For example, if you want to register a .gov domain name, .gov, maybe you want to register something .gov or something .gov.mj, depending on your country, you are most likely going to need authorization letter from a government agency. Okay, you have to present that to the domain registrars for them to say that you have a right to register that domain name. Or you want to register a .edu domain name, okay, sometimes you may need to present evidence that you are an educational institution for you to be able to register. But apart from that, you are free to register a domain name with any top-level domain. Top-level domain is that thing at the end of the domain name, like .com, .com, .org, .net, all of those things, they are called top-level domain, TLD. Then there is what is called country-level domain. Now, some of these things, it's important that you understand, because what we're trying to do is not just about making money. You are going to make money, okay, but we want you to also be a thorough professional, okay? And the difference, one of the main differences between professionals and artisans is that professionals really understand what they are doing. You understand? It's not just about the technical details. You understand. You know what is happening behind the scenes. Some of these things, you don't need these details right now. You may think you don't need these details right now, but they are going to come in handy one way or the other at some point. Now, for country level domains are controlled by different countries. There are different levels of requirements, okay, from each country to use their domain name, to use the country level domain. Now, if you have a .com.ng, for example, or a .ng domain or a .org.ng domain, those are country level domains, or maybe a .uk domain or a .us domain. Those are country level domains because they are associated with particular countries. Okay, so choosing the right domain name, okay, you can start by using the name, your personal name, if it's your first domain name, or the name of the brand that you want to open a website for, or that you want to start a business with. Okay, then there are some general guidelines. Use something that is memorable, something that people can easily remember, and avoid punctuation marks. For example, hyphen. Some people have domain names and they have an hyphen in between. It makes things unnecessarily cumbersome. Then figures, like maybe you want to write something like okay, fonts for nghost.org. Let me even try that. Let me check if there is I think I've seen a website like that before. Let me just Google fonts for NGOs. Okay, let me see website. Let me see what comes up. Okay, now look at this. Now, fonts for nghost.org. Now, this is nice. Okay, this is actually okay, fine. See, fonts for nghost.org. Now, let me show you what I'm saying. This is a domain name here. Fonts for FOR. Now, some people may want to do something like this. Fonts for. Do you understand? This is not appropriate. Well, it's okay if that's what you want, but it's not advisable. Okay, because people now have to be wondering, or what are you talking about? Is it figure 4? Is it, you understand? Okay, you should pick a domain name that once you call it, you don't have to start spelling it, except maybe it's actually a very special situation. Okay, so those are just some of the basic details. So one, choose a domain name that is likely to be permanent. That's why I said, for example, you can start with your name. Okay, then avoid hyphenation and other unnecessary punctuations. Avoid figures. Okay, having figures like 2, 4, all of those kind of things in your domain name. Then as much as possible, if and when you can make it work, try not to use a domain name that might be confused with that of another brand, so that people will not want to visit your website or transact with you, and then they are transacting with another brand, thinking that you are the one they are transacting with. Do you understand? So those are some of the things. Now, how do you make money from domain names? Because this is part of our digital cash flow program. One of the goals is that at the end of this program, if you implement everything that you learned, you should make at least your first $1,000 within 30 days. Okay, that is after you have finished the program, you've gone through the training, you've implemented everything, then you start counting from there. The next 30 days, you should have at least made $1,000. You can make a whole lot more. Okay, but the idea is that once you make something, you can multiply it. You can just rinse and repeat and more. You understand? So we're going to start from this very lesson. We're already talking about, okay, so how can you make money? Now, there are lots of ways you can make money from domain names. I'm going to mention a few. One of them is offering domain name registration service. Okay, you are registering domain names for people. You charge them the name that the domain registrar charges you, and then you charge your own service fee. And your service fee depends on your level of confidence and the other things you are adding, the added value. You understand? Those are some of the things we're going to talk about under value-based pricing. So what are the added benefits you are creating for the client? I have a friend that back then when .com domain name was still like 3,600. Yes, 3,600 thereabout. This young man used to charge 20,000 naira for domain name registration, like 20,000 naira just to register domain name. And it's okay. Yeah, you probably heard the story of a man that his car broke down and he had tried everything, he couldn't fix it, so he called the mechanic, and the mechanic came, knocked somewhere in the engine, and the engine rolled back to life. And said, okay, so how much is my bill? And the mechanic said, okay, you are paying me $1,000. So the car now looked like you just eat somewhere and you want to take $1,000 for that. The mechanic smiled, said, no, I'm charging you $1 for hitting, then $999 for knowing where to hit. You understand? So what I'm saying is that you can't really put a price tag on the value. It is up to you, your level of confidence, the perception, okay, that the client has. But transparency is very important, because if you register a domain name of 1,005 or 4,000 naira, you collect 20,000 naira, a domain name of $10 and you collect $100, and you are not transparent about it, you are going to start losing trust, especially when the client now finds out, oh, this is how much this thing costs. Okay, so what you should do is you should have a way of breaking it down such that it is clear that this is your consulting fees, or these are your consulting fees, and then this is the name for registering the domain. Do you understand? These are just some entrepreneurial tips that I'm giving you now. Entrepreneurial knowledge is not just the technical knowledge alone. You understand? Okay, so we're going to discuss that further as we go on, especially on the discussion platform. Okay, so that's one of the ways. By offering domain name registration services, you register domain names for people and you charge them for it. That's one. Then another way is something that is called domain flipping. If you find a domain name, but don't do this for established brands, don't do it for a brand that is already registered, or somebody, you don't pick somebody's name and register a domain name, you can cause problem for yourself. It's called cyber spotting. But there are some names that are just nice names. Okay, let me give you an example. Should I give the example now or later? Okay, let me give it now, because it's something I'm going to. It's okay. I wanted to register this domain name. Okay, Fund Your Dream. Is it Fund Your Dream or Fund Your Dreams or Fund My Dream? Which one did I? Okay, I think I tried this. Fund My Dream. Yes. Let's say fundmydream.com. Okay, you are going to see something now. Okay, can you see? Fundmydream.com is packed free, courtesy of GoDaddy. What this means is that this domain name has been registered. Okay, it has been registered by GoDaddy, even though they are a domain registrar themselves. The registrar domain is, I don't trust GoDaddy and I don't recommend them. I don't have the time to talk about all of the details now, but generally it's like they have some practices that are not exactly ethical. Okay, so I don't know. So this domain name now, they have bought it. So if you want to get this domain, you have to get it from them, okay? And then you are going to pay a lot of money for it. You understand? So if you have some domain names that are nice like that that maybe some brands might be interested in those domain names, you can register them, and then so I have this domain name. Would you like to buy that kind of stuff? Okay, that's another way to make money from domain names. Okay. Okay, well, I'm thinking, what should I share, what should I not share? And I want to share everything, but I don't want this to be too long. Okay, so that's why we have the discussion platform. Anyway, we can take it further there. Okay, so that's another way. Okay, you have a domain name, you register it, and then you resell it at a higher rate. It is called domain flipping. Let's Google domain flipping. Let's see what, okay, domain flipping. Okay, you see, when you buy a domain name as cheaply as possible, sometimes you can return without doing anything with it. You sell it to another person for more than you originally paid for it. Then you get to keep the profit. You understand? So those are some of the ways. Then you can also make money from owning your own domain name and building the website on it and making it a profitable website. You understand, such that people want to associate with your brand. They want you to maybe speak for them, for example, as an influencer, you understand. So those are some of the ways. And one other way, which I'm going to advise that you get started with, is affiliate marketing. You can make money from domain names through affiliate marketing. For example, I am going to share a link with you to register your domain names. And it's an affiliate link. I have registered as an affiliate with Namecheap. Namecheap is the domain registrar I recommend. I've been using them since 2013. Okay, if you check, okay, so that you see that we're putting our money where our mouth is. Okay, I'm not recommending that you use something that I'm not using myself. This website, where we're learning a lot already. This website, you can use it to investigate a domain name, do it a lot of other things. Okay, so whois.com. Okay, so I type this here. This is my domain name, philipamira.org. Look at it. Okay, it's registered with Namecheap, and I've registered it since 20th of August 2013. Okay, then I'm hosting with DreamHost. This is actually the host that I recommend, but we're going to get there. So you see, like, just to show you that the things that I'm telling you are things that I'm doing myself. But don't register your domain name with Whois. You can use it to investigate the domain name. Register with Namecheap. There are lots of reasons, but I can't. I wouldn't cover all of them in this video so that the video will not be too long. Okay, but just follow instructions as a beginner. Follow instructions. Then ask questions. Yes, ask questions. Ask your questions on the discussion platform. I will explain further. There are some things that will not come out until you ask questions, not because one doesn't want to share it, but maybe because one did not even think of it. So asking questions is like opening the tap, okay, and then the water as it were can come out, or you are drawing counsel, by asking questions, okay. So Now I'm going to give you a link. You can go directly to namecheap.com and register your domain name if you want, but I advise that you go through the link I'm going to give you. That link is an affiliate link. When you go through that link, I get a small commission at no extra charge to you. So all of those kind of commissions, those are some of the things that we used to fund, some of these things that we do. You understand? So it's going to be appreciated. So if I'm teaching you, if I'm training you, then you want to support in some way. But if you are not okay with that, no problem. Just go straight to namecheap.com and register your domain name. But that's another way to make money from domain names. You sign up after you register your own domain name. You sign up as an affiliate and you recommend the service to others. You share your affiliate link with them. When they register through your link, you get a commission. Okay, so those are some of the ways to make money from domain names. So where do you buy domain names? Organizations or companies that sell domain names are called domain registrars. I just showed you two. GoDaddy is a domain registrar. Namecheap is a domain registrar. There are several. There are lots of them. Okay, I recommend Namecheap, like I told you, but you are free to go with any option that works for you. But as a beginner, at least for your very first project, just follow the instructions. Okay, then you can now start to see, okay, I want to modify, I want to vary what I'm doing and all of that. So you buy domain names from domain registrars. Web hosting companies, we're going to get there. Web hosting companies also sell domain names, and sometimes domain registrars also double as web hosting companies, and web hosting companies also double as domain registrars. For example, Namecheap, they are also web hosts. You can host your website with them. You can register domain name with them. They also sell domain names in partnership with another organization. Okay. So that's it. Now, just to clarify, because we said this is for beginners. Now, your domain name is the address of your online business or your online office or your website or whatever platform it is online. Okay, then the hosting is the land, the plot of land upon which that building, if you consider your website now as your building, that plot of land upon which your website is sitting is what is called the hosting. And when you want to buy a plot of land, there are a lot of things you consider. You want to consider accessibility, for instance. You want to consider the location. You want to consider a number of other things. So that's why for us, for example, all of our websites are hosted with very reliable web hosting companies. Okay, because your web hosting, the quality of your web hosting will determine the speed of your website, to determine security to some extent, and a lot of other things. We're going to cover those details when we get to web hosting. But I just want to mention it now so that those that are totally new to this will not feel lost. Okay, so just follow. And take notes, okay? Don't try to, when we get to the practical session, don't try to follow and implement as I'm doing it, okay? Just take notes, okay? And make sure that you understand, then come back and, go over it and implement, you understand? But when you are watching the video, don't try to pause and implement, no, you can pause and go back and rewind if necessary, but that is to take notes, you understand, not to implement, okay? And that applies to everything we're going to be doing in this program, okay? So learn it, understand it, take notes, then come back and implement, okay? So I've given you some places where to buy domain names. Now let us go ahead with the practical implementation or the practical demonstration, okay? So the link I'm giving you, you'll find this towards the end of the video, so we're still going to put it there, but the link is philipamela.org/namecheap. Okay, so I'm going to register this as if I don't know anything about domain registration, as if I'm a total beginner. Okay, so just watch me, philipamela.org/namecheap. You type that into your web browser. It will take you to the Namecheap website. The intricacies behind this, we're going to cover that in a lesson or a training on affiliate marketing, but just follow. You see, this is it now. Now, they are even having a promo right now. Okay, so I am actually going to register .xyz domain. That's what I had in mind. But I advise that, I have several domains, so I have lots of domains. I have philipamela.org, I have digitalvania.uk, I have venturemethod.com.ng, I have brainskills.xyz, I have lots of domain names. Now, you can have a .xyz domain name if the .com of what you want is not available. Okay, but generally for your very first domain name, I recommend that you do a .com. Okay, so the domain name I want to register is this, fundyourdreams.xyz. Okay, and one of the benefits of Namecheap is that if you don't know the TLD you want to use, like .xyz now is a TLD. If you don't know the one you want to use, you can click beast mode and just put the words or the name you want for your domain, and then you click beast mode. Then you can select, you can check various options. You can select a lot of options, and then it's going to give you, you can select these options, and then once you select those options, it will give you recommendations. You understand, so all of that. But I already know what I want. Okay, so I'm just going to go to fund. I'll just type that here, fundyourdreams.xyz. Okay, that's the domain name I want to register, fundyourdreams.xyz. Then I search for that. If it's available, if it's not available, we pick another one. Okay, you see, it even gives lots of options and all. Now, when you want to take advantage of a promo, check very well. Look at this, for example. Now, if I see that, I think I like this domain name, fundyourdreams.fund, and then $11.9 per year. Now, can you see that it's actually $43.9 per year? Okay, so it's only for the first year that I'm going to pay this special amount. Do you understand? So you should be mindful of all of that. So in this case now, fundyourdreams.xyz, okay, I'm only going to pay $2 now because they have running a promo. And if I register for 2 years, I'm going to pay $9.99 for 2 years. Okay, for now, I'm going to register for 1 year. Okay, if you are registering your own domain name, I advise that you do 2 years. And why? You need some time to know that, okay, once I've made this investment, I have made it. Even for your hosting, if you can do 2 years, do 2 years, but at least do 1 year. Don't do monthly plan. Okay, but we're going to get there. So the point is, do as much as you can upfront, so that you can have some, rest, you can have some time to catch your breath, as it were, before you need to, invest in this again. Okay, but if you can only do 1 year, it's fine also. So I'm going to pick add to cart now. Okay, so the domain name is available. I pick add to cart. If it's not available, it will give you options. You can pick one of those options, or you can edit, you can modify. For example, if you want to register something like xyz.com, for example. Let's say you want to register xyz.com and xyz.com is not available. Don't let me use xyz.com so that it doesn't confuse you. Let's say you want to register something like myname.com, for example, and myname.com is not available. You can change it to the my name. You understand? Let's say you want to register something like BZY School. Okay, let me just use that as an example. BZY School. Let's say you want to register a domain for BZY School, and BZYSchool.com is not available. You can change it to BZYSchool.com. You understand? You can modify, and all of that. Then if you use the beast mode option that I showed you earlier, it will give you a lot of suggestions. Okay, so this is it. I've added to cart. Can you see checkout? So I don't need all of these extras. Okay, I don't need all of these extras. So I just come here and I pick checkout. Now, depending on when you are taking this training, some of the things might have changed, the details might have changed, but the essence is the same. Just follow the process and, you are going to get it. And if you have questions, you will be able to ask those questions and get them answered on our discussion platform, which I'm going to share the link with you before we finish this training. If you have a promo code, sometimes you may have a promo code, but here the promo code has already been applied. Okay, so I got 82% off, because they are running a promo on this, on .xyz. Okay, so look at it, domain privacy. This is another benefit of Namecheap. They give you domain privacy for free. Okay, domain privacy means that, look at this, for example. Let's come back to this place where I checked for my domain name. Can you see registrant contact? Can you see privacy service provided by they have, you can't find my contact information here. Now that could be a good thing. It could be, it's up to you, but generally it's a good thing so that spammers cannot just find your information everywhere. And can you see all of the data? But if you send an email, okay, if you send an email, I am going to get it. They will forward it to me, but you won't find my details here. But this whois.com and there are other databases like that. They are public databases for everybody that has registered a domain name. So what privacy protection does for you is that nobody can see your details. But if you're a business, for example, you don't want to use privacy protection. It's not necessary. You're a business, and then maybe your office address, you have your office address, it's not your home address, it's your office address. You want people to know about it. So you don't need to use privacy, service. You can disable it or, and all of that. But normally you pay extra for that, especially with most of the Nigerian web hosts, if not all of them, will pay for privacy service. But with Namecheap, it comes free. With it. There was a time they used to charge for it also, but for a long time it's been free. Okay. Now let me give you another example. Let me search for another domain name, so that you get exactly what privacy protection does. Plenipotent.com.nj. Okay, you can find, okay, can you see? This is the address that we used when we registered the domain name. Can you see? You see that the details are there. This was our office address then. You understand? Can you see the difference? Now, this one doesn't have privacy protection. You understand? Okay, so you get all of the details are there. Okay, but when you search for a domain name with privacy protection, let me check this one too. You see the difference. You won't find all of the details. You just find the details provided by the privacy protection service. Okay, so you see again privacy withheld and all of that. The privacy service provided by withheld for privacy and all of that. You see, so you don't know, you get it here. So that's what privacy protection does, and it comes free with Namecheap. All of the other details don't bother about those ones for now. Then click on confirm order. I want to be sure I'm still sharing the right screen. Okay, confirm order. Okay, now it's going to ask you to sign up. I told you I'm doing this as if I don't know anything about domain names, as if I'm registering domain names for the first time. Okay, so I'm not going to sign into my account. I'm going to create a new account. There's an option to log in. So if after you have registered a domain name, you want to register a domain name again, just log into your account and follow the process. Okay, but in this case, I'm going to create an account. You see, it has given me the option here, create an account. Okay, so I'll pick my username. The username for this account is Fazilai. Then I'll pick my password. Okay, so I just fill up all of this. Okay, then you put your first name, you put your surname, or what Americans call your last name. Okay, then you put your email address. Make sure that it's an email address you can access, okay, because you are going to need to confirm. Then if you want to receive Namecheap's newsletter marketing communication, it's fine. Now, some of these things, from the way they craft their mails, from the, you learn a lot, for your own marketing also. Do you understand? Apart from the fact that you get to learn about opportunities, but in my own case, I'm not going to sign up because I already received the newsletter. You understand? But I advise that you sign up. Okay, but it's up to you. Some people, they have already signed up for too many things and they just don't want to. It's up to you. But I would sign up if I hadn't signed up before. Okay, so now just click on create account and continue. Oh, username you requested is already in use. Okay. Let me change. Okay, username is in use, so I'm going to pick another username. Okay. Then create account and continue. Okay, let me save my password. Now, if you're using your laptop, you can save your password. But again, that it comes with its own security implications. It's up to you. Okay, so this is it now. Okay, so then you check out, you continue and all of that. But company name, okay, I don't want to do that. I'm not registered on behalf of a company. Okay, I'm not going to check this because I'm not registered on behalf of a company. Okay, so you put your address. You put your address there. Which of my addresses do I use? Okay, let me just put one of the addresses. So you type in the details of your address, your zip code. If you don't know your zip code, you can search for it. In my own case, the location I'm using is Okeopa Ile-Ife, Nigeria. So I can just put Okeopa Ile-Ife postal code or Okeopa Ile-Ife zip code. You will find it, So once you find, I'll just use this. I think Ile-Ife is the same zip code for a lot of the places. Just look for somewhere that is close to where you are using. In my own case, I'll just use the Ile-Ife, the general Ile-Ife postcode, which is 220. 001, I'll just use this. Okay, it's not like they are sending anything to your house. Okay, so if you want, you can open it and look for a place that is close to your house or maybe even your street. Okay, you can look for your street. Okay, and then pick that. Well, let me try. Let me just No, don't let me do that to save time. Okay, so but you've seen how to search for your postcode, okay, or your zip code. So I'll come back there and I want to be sure I'm still recording. Okay. Okay, so I'll put my postcode here. Then the country, Nigeria. In my case, it's Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria. Then the phone number, you put your phone number +234. I think I can actually put the full phone number. Okay. Then what else? If you have fax and you want to put it, you can. Okay. So this is it. So you just continue. You can continue here or here. Just click continue. Then it's going to ask you to pay. Now, let me save the address. Okay. Okay, all of this, I'll just use default. Can you see you can change all of the contact details and all of that. Now, for billing contact, you need to use the address associated with your debit card or whatever payment method you are using. Okay, it's advisable that you do that. But for now, I won't do that. I will see. Okay, if it doesn't go through, then I'm going to change it and I will use that. Okay, then domain privacy, yes. Yeah, okay, I want it to associate. So just check all of these details, save the configuration and move to my default. If you want this, you can save it so that next time you don't have to be choosing it. This will be your default. Okay, then continue. Just follow the steps, but like I said, start by taking notes. Take notes, as you're watching the video, then come back and follow the steps. Okay, so I'm going to add the card that I want to use. You have different options. You can pay with card. You can pay with, there's an option for PayPal. I don't know why PayPal is not showing here. Okay, it's there. PayPal, you can pay with PayPal. You can load funds into your Namecheap account and pay also. Okay, in my own case, I will use card, and I advise that you use card, except if you have PayPal, you can use PayPal. Okay, so add a new card. I'm going to put in my card details. Okay, but card details, all of these things are sensitive. So I'm going to pause recording here. But you know that what you do is you put in your card details, your card number, the month, the year, the CVC code. Now, if you are in Nigeria or other countries where maybe purchasing stuff in dollars is not easy, there is a platform where you can get a dollar card instantly. You just do, the verification is very basic verification, and then you get your dollar card and you fund it with Naira and then use that Naira to buy dollars, and it's very easy. You can easily make your purchase. The card I'm going to use is from that platform. You'll see the link before the end of this tutorial or before the end of this lesson. So now I'm going to pause the recording. The next thing I'm going to do is okay, fine, let me show you this. Now, if you want to automatically renew, it's recommended. In this case, I want to keep this domain name, so I don't want a situation where, I forgot to renew. So I'll just pick automatically renew. Okay, domain registration. Yes, I want to automatically renew domain registration. Then the free domain privacy also, I want to automatically renew. So I pick, all of those. I don't need a premium DNS. Okay, so once your card is connected to your account and there's money in your card, it will automatically renew. So you don't need to remember, I want to renew and all of that. It makes things easier for you. And as a business owner, that's one of the things you should also start to do. What are some things you can automate? The things that you can automate them so that you don't have to worry about them. You understand? Okay, then I want to save this. Okay, yes, my default. Yes, I want to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter the details for my card and I will click continue. But I'll pause recording for security reasons, obviously. So the next screen you are going to see is what happens after I click continue. Okay, so I'll just fill in my details now, and that is it. Okay, so I've actually entered my card details and I see that I can hide it. Okay, I can hide those details and click continue. Okay, so like I've scrolled down so you don't see what the details are. So I click continue, and that's how you also do it. Okay, well, let me save this. Okay, so can you see, just like that. So now you can review the details. You can review the details. So check everything and be sure that it's exactly the way you want it. Okay, then click pay now. 0 out of 2 items. The 2 items are your domain name and then the privacy protection. That's why you have 2 items here. You see, thank you for your order. Well, maybe because this is my first time, then they're asking me these questions. So the domain registration is now complete. The domain name has been registered. Usually it takes like 24 to 48 hours before it completely propagates. Just like when you buy a new SIM card, you will do SIM registration and then they will tell you to take a while before the SIM becomes active. But the domain name has been registered. So let me respond to their to their poll. Okay, I'm recommending them already. Okay, so how likely are you to recommend Namecheap to your friends? Are you to? Well, Namecheap and Decide, is it not okay? Well, I'm very likely, in fact, 100%, because I'm recommending them already. Okay, yeah, then. Thank you so much. Okay, and all of that. Now, this is something that you should also do for your clients. You should have a feedback form, where you get feedback and all of that. Okay, so I don't have anything else to say for now, so I'll just speak done. Okay, so can you see? So the domain name has been registered. Thank you for your purchase. Then download your invoice, because it's important that you keep records and all of that. Download your receipt rather, and all of that, and keep it. Have a folder where you keep all of those next steps to see what you can do and all of that. But we're going to cover all of this in another lesson. But now our domain name is registered. Fund Your Dreams .xyz is registered. Now, one of the advantages of Namecheap is that with this domain name, you can do a lot of things already. You can redirect it to a different domain name. Many domain registrars offer that also. But Namecheap service, it's excellent, and a lot of things are easier with Namecheap. You can create an email address that will forward, an email address that once people send an email to that domain name, it will forward it, okay, to your own address. So even if you don't have a lot of money, okay, to start with, maybe you don't have a lot of money to build a website and all, but you can register a domain name and set up a custom email on it. If you register, let's say the name of your company is the food company. Let's say that's the name of your company, the food company. You can register a domain name, thefoodcompany.com. Okay, you register a domain name, thefoodcompany.com. Then you create an email address, info@thefoodcompany.com. We're going to cover those details in subsequent training, or if you need it, let us know. Okay, so without a hosting account, without even getting a hosting account, you can set up something like that, info@yourdomainname.com, and you can offer it as a service to people. Tell them, you are going to create a customized email for you instead of using a gmail.com or yahoo.com. It gives you more control. It helps your brand. You tell them the benefits, and you can sell that as a service. You understand? Remember what I said before about my friend that would charge as much as 20,000 naira for a domain name registration, which should back then it was like 3,600, naira in naira value. But now you're adding a lot of other things. You're adding email. You're adding redirection. You understand? Okay. So just to show you some of the things that are possible. Okay. One other thing. For now, I'm not connecting the hosting immediately, so I can do what I want to do now. But it's not advisable. Because when you do this, what I'm doing now, sometimes it delays the propagation by the time you now had your hosting account. Don't worry about those details if you don't understand yet. You can ask on the discussion platform. And when we talk about the web hosting, you're also going to understand it better. But let's see, fund your dreams or text. But what I'm saying is that if you are ready to build your website immediately, once you register your domain name, don't try to find it. Don't try to type it out. Add the hosting first. Okay, put the name servers and everything and add hosting before you try to visit it. But in my own case, I'm not adding the hosting right away. I don't mind if it takes 72 hours or 48 hours to propagate. I don't mind. You understand? Okay, so that's it. As you see, it doesn't even registered on the DNS system, the domain name system. It hasn't registered, so it's still saying this site can be, you understand. So, but after a while, to show you that this site was recently registered as Namecheap and all of that, then once I had hosting to it, it will redirect to the actual website. Okay, so that's it So now we have had the practical demonstration, and I hope that you really took notes. Now you can go by domain name registration does not take 5 minutes. And all of these details, it's this long because of all of the details I shared with you and all of the extras beyond the domain name registration. It's because I want you to understand this. I want you to live here, as a professional. I want you to finish the digital cash flow program, and you are starting your own business, or if you are working, because there's nothing wrong with that. It's all different people with their options. You understand? If you are working somewhere and this knowledge is going to add value to you and to put you in a position to add value to your organization. When and how exactly to happen, you won't know, but it's latent knowledge for you that it will come out at the right time, and people will be wondering, well, how do you know so much, And it's not about what you know, it's about putting it to work, so that you won't be like I was. My boss told me at some point, oh, Philip, you are suffering from information overload. And it's true, because back then I knew a lot, but I wasn't putting those things to work. And he told me, I remember he told me back then, I start teaching these things that you know. He told me back then, that's exactly what I'm doing now. So I am no longer suffering from information overload. I am implementing what I know, and I am teaching others. Okay, so that's it. So the resources for your questions, contributions, comments, you want to show us what you have done, general discussions, we have this platform, Business Mastery Club. Connect with us there. The link is connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP. TPCL is short for the Plenipotent Company Limited. Connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP. All of the relevant opportunities we have in the company, we share them on that platform. We post inspirational stuff. We help one another. We ask questions. We respond to them. We want to join that community, okay, so that you can get the support that you need if you are not there already. Then to register your domain name, this is the link. I told you about that before. Go to that link, philipamiola.org/namecheck, and register your domain name. If you don't have a dollar card, you see, there are lots of ways to make money. There are people that they don't know how to create dollar card. You can charge for that. Okay, I will help you get a dollar card, and then how much, and you understand, and you set it up for them. You understand, and you are learning it for free. Do you see that there are lots of ways to make money? But some of these things, it is better when you package them into a service instead of selling one thing. You understand? You have service packages, and then you now include different details. Now, this website, the website that this link will lead you to, you can create dollar card, you can create US bank accounts, you can do quite a lot, with that platform. Okay, so at the end of the day, it is how well you can think, okay, how sharp you are, so to say, in terms of how you apply. Everybody's intelligent, but the way we apply the intelligence is different. So depending on how well you apply your intelligence, that is what will determine how much you can make. Now, we've talked about the minimum registration, but there are actually a lot of ways to make money from this training alone, from this lesson alone. You understand? So those are the things. Then we have virtual business school, virtualmentor.com.ng is our online school where we have a lot of courses that will be relevant to you. You can sign up and take the course that you are interested in. Then twice a year we open admission for our coaching program. It's a very intensive program that will change every area of your life. Like it will transform your life. And I'm not saying it because I'm just saying it. I'm saying it because that has been the testimony from everybody that has gone through the program, 100%. Even those that did not complete it, they are tested to the life-changing nature, the transformational nature of the program. So if you are interested, you can go to philipamiola.org/coaching and sign up, so that when we are ready to start admitting the next set, the next cohort, we're going to let you know, and you can get a chance to join us. Okay, so take note, if you don't do anything at all, connect with us on Business Mastery Club, because from there you can always ask questions, you can always get anything else that you need. Okay, and if you have any questions right now, if you happen to be joining us live, because we're having live editions of this also, you can type in the chat, or you can also type, if you are watching the recorded version, you can type in the comments, but the best way to actually reach out is to connect with us on Business Mastery Club. Go to connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP, okay, and it's going to lead you to that platform where we communicate and connect. Thank you very much. And feel free to share this with your friends. We're making it publicly available, like we're no gateway, as it were. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to, you can just get the link, but you should sign up so that we can keep in touch and get relevant opportunities across to you. But you don't need to sign up to take the lessons. You understand? Okay, so feel free to share it with as many people as can benefit from it. Okay. Well, I was going to say that, well, don't use this without permission, like, okay, you are now using it to run your own trainings. It's just not ethical. You understand? It's not ethical. I know some people will still do it, but it's not ethical. If you want to do that, you can get in touch. You can go to the coaching program. We're going to license you officially. We'll license you, and then you don't have to create your own material from scratch. You can use our materials for your trainings. But if you don't go through the coaching program and you are using it on your own, you will eventually get to some point where it will tackle like we say in Yoruba. Let me say that, to bring some humor into this. Okay, so it's just advisable that you do the right thing, you understand. Thank you very much. So feel free to share, okay, but do it ethically. Thank you once again, and bye for now. Hello and welcome back to our digital cash flow program. In a previous lesson, we covered the meaning of domain names, how you can make money from domain names, and a number of other very important details about domain names. Then we also demonstrated how to register domain names with our recommended domain registrar, which is Namecheap. However, sometimes we may want to register a country-level domain, which is not available on Namecheap. For example, if you want to register a domain in Nigeria, maybe a domain like .com.ng domain, you won't find that on Namecheap, or at least at the time of producing this training. Maybe they may have it later. Okay, so for that kind of domain name, you want to use a Nigerian domain registrar, or for your own country, you can find domain registrars in your country if you are not from Nigeria, and you simply follow their domain registration process. Okay, so that's exactly what I am going to be demonstrating now. And because we've already explained the meaning of domain names and all of the other details about that, I will not go into that anymore. I'll just go straight into the practical demonstration. And as always, you're going to have links to the relevant resources in the course of this lesson. Okay, so go to digitalvineyard.uk/QServers. Okay, the company is QServers. Now, apart from the fact that sometimes some of these links are half-baked links, apart from that, one of the main reasons we use links like this instead of giving the exact address is that sometimes their addresses change. For example, QServers used to be at qservers.net, now they're at qservers.mg, though if you go to qservers.net, it will still redirect you anyway, but sometimes the addresses totally change. But when we have links like this, like digitalvineyard.uk/qservers, we can always redirect it to wherever the current address is. Okay, you are going to learn more about that as we go on, redirecting links and why it is important. Okay, but for now, let's just go to digitalvineyard.uk/QServers. We want to register a domain name with a Nigerian web host. Okay, you see that it's redirected to the website. Then just scroll down and domain search. Can you find domain search? So you type the domain name you want to register. The domain name I'm registering is michaelolutayo.com.ng. The specifics may be different depending on which platform you are using, but I recommend that you use QServers if you want to register a country-level domain in Nigeria. Now, for web hosting, the recommended hosting is DreamHost. I don't recommend that you host with QServers. Okay, and you are going to see why as we go along. Okay, so but if you want to save costs and it works for you, it's up to you. Okay, so this is it. This is the domain name, and then you click search. Okay, so congratulations, it's available. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and register this. I'll just go down. They will give you lots of options. You don't need to pick all of these additional suggestions. Just go on and complete your purchase. Okay, so click on continue. Now, this is important. Add the DNS management. It's free anyway. Okay, so add that. Then name server. Name server is what you are going to use. Name servers are what you are going to use to connect your domain name to your web hosting account. In our own case, we already know that we're using DreamHost. And the name servers for Dreamhost are ns1.dreamhost.com, ns2.dreamhost.com, and ns3. ns3. Okay, let me type it to dreamhost.com, then ns3.dreamhost.com. Whatever domain, whatever host you are using will give you their name servers. In this case, we haven't set up the Dreamhost account yet. We're going to set it up. You'll see that also. But we already know that we're using Dreamhost. So it's better to just add the name servers now so that we are going to skip that step later. We won't have to come back and do it. But if you are not yet sure where you want to host, or maybe you are not ready to host, you can leave this as the default. Okay, just leave it the way it is. Okay, as the default. Leave the default name servers there. Then in this case, we know we want to use Dreamhost, so we just continue. Now, in case you are new to one of these, you can just search for, but that's why you have a guide anyway. So I've already given you the name servers. But if you want to search, you can search for Dreamhost name servers. You are going to find those name servers. And in the course of setting up your Dreamhost account, they will also provide the name servers for you. So can you see? So these are the name servers for Dreamhost. Okay, so we have already put those name servers here. Just click continue. Now, some of these things will look like a big deal when you are doing it for the first time, but as you do it over and over and then as you patiently go through the video, you find that it's actually very simple. It's not difficult at all. Okay, so this is it. As a new customer, you fill in your details. If you are an existing customer, which as a beginner, you are most likely a new customer. So I'm doing this as a total beginner. Okay, so I'm not logging into my account, I'm creating new accounts and all of that. So the name of this domain name is actually not for me, so I'm going to put the name of the domain name owner. Okay, I'll skip the company name. I created an email address on one of my websites so that I will not have to check his email. Okay, so this is the email address. So you put your email here. Okay, so I created this for privacy reasons, so I can do what I need to do. Okay, and then hand over the email or change the email, you understand? Then password, okay, put a password here. Okay, then confirm password, just complete the field. Okay, then address. I'm not sure I have his address. Okay, I'll just put okay, I think I can get the address, but the point is to just fill in all of the details, okay, and you continue. So I'll just fill the address. I'll just put this. Then if a postcode, I think is 220. Just put 220 001, or you can actually Google it. You can Google your postcode. Okay. Mr. Shalom, sorry. Let me put it for so all of these things are not like, it's not like you have to be exact. It's not like they want to say something, but this is it. You know, it just helps if you want to. Okay, so that's it, and then put it there. This is for Ile-Ife in general, but for your locality, you can find, you know, for your locality, and this will be helpful if you are sending mails. But here it's mostly for, you know, regulatory purposes. Okay. Then the phone number here. I'm not going to put the phone number. Let me see if I can skip. Okay, let me put it. Because I have the. Let me put it. You know, so just put all of the details. Okay. Then. Okay, you have different payment options. I prefer InterSwitch WebPay because it is instant. Okay, all things being equal. Sometimes they have issues. If they have issues, you send them a mail, they are going to resolve it. So, but let's pick InterSwitch WebPay. Then you have to agree to the terms of service. Usually, you read before you agree. But I have read these things several times, and then you can't proceed if you don't agree anyway. But it's still good to read those terms. You can right click and open a new tab and read, and you know, then you come back if you like what you see. Then you come back and agree. Then click checkout. Okay, so they are insisting on the phone number. Let me put phone number. Okay, so I've entered the phone number and all of the other details. So I just click checkout. Okay. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so can you see if you want to pay to their bank account, you can transfer, then you send them a mail, they activate your domain name. But I prefer to pay directly with InterSwitch WebPay, which is already selected here. Then I just click this. Okay, so it takes me to where I'm going to pay. Put your email address. I'm going to use that email address again. Choose payment type. You see there are different options. I prefer to use card. So I'll enter the card number. Let me just see. I will just type a random card number. I want to see if the number will be hidden. Usually they don't hide it, you see. And I don't know what kind of technology it is. They should hide it, but they don't. Okay. So I'm going to pause the recording. I enter my card number, the expiry date, the CVV code, then I'll pay. Okay, so that's what I want to do now. And that's the process. Okay, after I clicked pay, it brought me here. You see, they are using a payment service from GT Bank, and I think Paystack is also integrated anyway. The point is that the payment system may be different, but just follow the process, okay? It's simple. And I click proceed. So they've sent me an OTP for confirmation. Sometimes you might be required to use your token, depending on the kind of platform, and all of that. But in my own case, it's a one-time password that was sent. I enter the OTP, or it's one-time password, and I can only use it once. So it doesn't matter if it shows, because that one you can't. I can only use it once. It's not a understand. Because sometimes you can security, and then you are becoming paranoid. Okay, so proceed. Okay, you see success, the transaction was successful. So the domain name has been registered. It will take me back now, okay, to where the domain name is. It will take me back into now I've created an account on this platform, and you see, so this is it. So the domain name has been registered. So if I go now to manage accounts, I will find the domain name there. Can you see one domain? Okay, under domains, there is one item. So this is the domain name. And you see, it doesn't have SSL yet. SSL is inactive. The hosting we're going to use comes with free SSL. SSL is secure socket layer. It helps to encrypt the communication between your website and the server. Okay, we're going to talk about all of those details in the discussion on the discussion platform. And if you have any questions, just ask. Okay, so for now, leave this way. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a web hosting account, and we're now going to connect this domain name to the web hosting account, and we start building our website. Okay, so we're going to stop here for now, and I'll see you in the next lesson. So we've gone over the practical demonstration. Now you know how to register a domain name. If you did not watch the prior video, if you didn't take that lesson where we talked in detail about what a domain name is and the opportunities you can get from having one, how you can maximize it and all, how to choose the right one, I want to encourage you to go back and ensure you watch that also. And if you have any questions, feel free to connect with us on Business Mastery Club. The link is connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP. And this is the link to go to QService where we register the domain name. And we talked about getting the dollar card earlier. You have that link here also. And you also have Virtual Business School, which is our online school, where you can get a lot of courses for free. And the ones that are not free, if you go through the instructions, you will find how you can gain access for free. And we have our coaching program. We admit people twice a year. It's a transformational experience. Everybody that has participated has attested to that. So if you are looking for one way to change your life, to shift your life to a new level, okay, and maybe you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go about it, you just sign up for that, and we're going to be in touch with you when the next round of applications are being reviewed. Thank you very much. Remember, you can still ask your questions at any time on Business Mastery Club. This is the link, okay, connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP, and feel free to share these resources, including the videos, with your friends. Thank you, and bye for now. Welcome to this lesson on setting up your web hosting account. If we look at your website as your office or your home, the ground or the plot of land upon which that house or that building is constructed is what you are going to refer to as your web hosting account. Everybody wants to become a landlord. You may not find it very convenient, depending on the level of growth that you have. Okay, you may not find it very convenient to own real estate, in expensive places, when you are just starting to build wealth. But anybody can own real estate online. And I'm not joking, I'm not speaking figuratively, I'm speaking practically. The same way that your landlord will collect rent, annually, you also can set up web hosting for people and then they pay you rent annually. That rent is called annual renewal. You pay to the web hosting company, then your clients also pay to you, you understand? And you can even start a web hosting company if you like eventually, or you can be a reseller, okay, for web hosting companies. But the point is that you can own real estate online and then convert the money from that to own real estate on the ground. Do you understand? We're going to cover the intricacies of all of that as we go on in this training. But this video is to demonstrate to you the process of setting up a web hosting account. The web hosting company that I recommend is DreamHost, and I'm going to demonstrate how to set up a web hosting account with them. As always, I recommend that you use my link, okay, or the link that we're going to provide. When you do that, we get a commission at no cost to you, and that helps to keep things going. You are also going to learn how to do that when we get to the part of the training where we discuss affiliate marketing. Okay, you are going to learn how to do that. So I am teaching you and you are purchasing through the link I'm giving you. You are also going to create your own link and others are going to purchase through it. That's one of the ways you are going to make money. Okay, we are giving out free value and you are also going to get money in return at no cost, okay, to the people that you are sharing it with. And in addition to that, for those that sign up through the link, if you complete your web hosting setup within the duration that will be announced on the discussion platform, you are going to get some free bonuses. And one of them is you are going to get a premium theme, which we're going to use that as we go on in the training. You are going to get a premium theme. If you are buying the theme yourself, it's going to cost you nothing less than $249. Okay, then if you have any concern and all of that, we're going to be able to assist you. But if you go on your own, then that means you want to navigate on your own, you understand? But at no cost to you, we are making this recommendation because we have used this. That is one of the hosting services that we use most, okay, and it has been very, very reliable. Okay, so all you need to do is go to the link we are providing right now. Okay, go to digitalvineyard.uk/hosting. digitalvineyard.uk/hosting. Okay, ensure that you type that into your web browser. Okay, why is it not going through? I think something is not right with my internet right now. Okay, fine, it has gone through. See, it redirects you to DreamHost. Now, once you finish setting up your web hosting account, okay, you should forward your receipts. Okay, forward it to philip@digitalvineyard.uk and copy admin@plenipotent.com.ng. All of those details will also be shared on the discussion platform, or you can ask, so that we'll be able to give you the extra resources which you would have paid quite a lot of dollars for. Okay, so you are going to get those resources for free so that you can have what you need to build your website. We can't give that to you if you have not set up your hosting account, because it's not necessary. But once you set up your hosting account, then you get the premium theme and a number of other benefits. Okay, so this is it. It leaves you here. Don't go directly to dreamhost.com so that it can be tracked that we actually referred you. You understand? So you go to digitalvineyard.uk/hosting, then it brings you here. That also gives you advantage. You can see this, $2.59 per month. Usually it's around $13 thereabouts, but with this link, you are going to get that special bonus. Sometimes if you go directly to the website, you get those bonuses too, but they are not exactly the same. Okay, so now look at this now. So I'm recommending that you pick the shared hosting unlimited. You see, they sell domain names and they also sell hosting. Now, one of the benefits of DreamHost, and a lot of other hosting companies also do it, is that when you purchase your web hosting from them, they are going to give you a free domain. But I usually recommend, don't take the free domain. Register your domain name separately and your hosting separately. It will give you a lot of flexibility later down the line. I don't have all the time to explain that in this video right now, but you can ask questions on the discussion platform. I'm going to respond to them, or some of my colleagues will respond to them, or fellow students that are already at advanced level. Okay, but it's advisable to separate your domain name from your hosting. Don't say because the hosting, they are giving you a free domain name, so you want to use that instead of your actual domain name. Now, if you want to use it as an extra domain name, and it's up to you, it's fine. But after the first year, remember that you are going to start paying for that domain name after the first year, and the hosting also, they are giving you a discount for the first year. After the first year, you start paying in full. So the idea is that to make sure that you maximize your website within the first year, you can, for example, host websites for other people and charge them for it, and you can do a lot of other things which we're going to cover in the business, as we go further in the business aspect of this training. So at the end of the day, by the time you need to renew your web hosting account, you don't have to start looking for money. The website or your business has made enough money for you to conveniently renew. Okay, so but for that first year, they want to make things a lot easier for you. So the idea is that before the next year comes, before 1 year runs out, you have maximized it enough for you to be able to conveniently renew your web hosting account. So we're going to pick this. We want to buy hosting. So let us see the options available. See, there's shared starter, there's shared unlimited. Shared unlimited gives you more value in the long run, and you see you are even getting it at the same price for the first year. Then with shared starter, you don't have webmail, okay, but with shared unlimited, that comes with it. There's some other web hosting companies that they actually charge you separately for webmail, but this you can have unlimited email at your domain, okay, with the shared unlimited plan. With the shared starter, you don't have that. Okay, so this shared unlimited plan is actually very, very cost effective. You can have several websites hosted on it. Okay, and that gives you a lot of value for money. Let's say, in addition to your own website, you are hosting websites of 4 of your clients. At the end of the day, let's even say you are spending, because by the time you are paying the real price. Now, let's say you are spending, okay, let's check it. You see $12.99 per month. Okay, $12.99 per month times 12, that's around $156 thereabouts. Let's quickly check that. 12.99 times 12. Okay, yeah, so that's like $155.88 per year. So let's say $156 per year. Now, if you are hosting websites for 4 clients and you are billing each of the clients $100 because you are offering some additional services, you are billing each of them $100 per year. Okay, $100 in 4 places, and you can bill a lot more than that. I'm just giving you a conservative estimate. All of those details we're going to discuss as we go along. But let's say you are even billing them just $100 per year. $100 times 4, $100 in 4 places, that's $400, and you are paying just like $160 on the account. So in essence, you are practically hosting your website for free, and you are still getting some profit in return. Do you understand? Because now you bought this hosting account, and you are using the hosting account that you bought for 160 something or 155 plus dollars. You are now making $400 with it. You understand? And you can actually make much more. Like I said, you can charge as much as $200 for hosting renewal, because you are offering beyond the hosting. You are offering support services, you are offering routine updates, and at the end of the day, it's really a very profitable business model. So we're going to pick Shared Unlimited. Okay, click on sign up. Again, the details may change, they change website design sometimes and all, but the process is essentially the same. Okay. Now remember that I have told you that you should not use I don't advise that you use the free domain. Okay. So just pick the option, I already have a domain. You should have registered your domain name before. We have already covered how to register domain name. So I already have a domain. Then I put the domain here. Okay, so that's the domain. Then I pick assign. Now, unfortunately, DreamHost cannot transfer that type of domain. You can still add DreamHost hosting to this domain, but you will need to keep the registration somewhere else. We're not even looking to transfer, so this is not an issue. Okay, so you have this. Sometimes it happens like this. So you just go to I already have a domain. Okay, it's giving us this story. Okay, go back to pick a plan, or just go back here. Go back. Now it's because it's a .com.ng domain. If it's a normal .com domain, it will proceed. But now, so you can just choose a domain later. You can always add your domain later. Okay. So if you already have a domain, or you can put. Let's put another domain and see. Okay. Let's see what it says about this, because I want you to have the different scenarios. It's actually not our domain name. Our domain name is okay, sorry, sorry, this is not the domain name that we registered before. Okay, this is it. Okay, you see, fund your dreams or like that added to cart, and choose a domain name. But in this case, we are actually not. We don't intend to pay for the domain name. We have paid for it already. Now, all of these extras, remove them, remove the extras. You see that let the price remain what it was. Remove all of those extras, you don't need them. Okay, and then so once you are done, you submit order. Okay, you submit order. So I just want to show you how these things work. You fill up all of these details and you submit order. So because we're using a .com.ng domain, DreamHost is not familiar with it, but with the normal top level domains, .com, .org, it will just proceed to this point. You understand? Okay, but so that you don't get confused, I'm going to go back, okay, and I'll just pick the option to, I'll go back and I'll just pick the option to add domain later. Which one will actually be best for you? I'm just looking at the one that will be easiest for you. Okay, whichever way. Now, the point is, if you have a domain name and you put your domain name, under choose a domain, you pick your domain name, you say, I already have a domain name, and you pick it and it goes to fine, just continue. Then if you use a domain name like, okay, let's just do that. If you use a domain name like a country level domain and they are telling you stories, no problem. Okay, just come back. Okay, just come back and pick, I will add a domain name later. Okay, so if you are not sure, which one to do, you can easily just go to choose a domain later. Okay, you can always pick that. So there will be a temporary domain name that will be added to your what's it called now? To your account. Okay, so you can pay with credit card, you can pay or debit card, you can pay with PayPal. Okay, so just fill in all of these details. I'll fill in all of these details and then I am going to add credit card, okay, and then just follow the process, okay. Make sure you are not checking any of these additional options except you really want them. Okay, then see what I told you before. At the end of this introductory period, the price renews at the then current rate, currently $155.88. Sometimes they may increase it, so you need to plan for all of those things because the economy keeps changing. But look at the deal, you are getting a really good deal. See how much you are paying now instead of this. You are paying $35.40 instead of $155.88. So you should maximize it, okay? Yeah, then you submit order after all of the details are complete. So I'm going to complete all of the details. Let me check again to see if I will just put random number. Okay, so you see they are not covering it. So I'm going to pause the recording and enter the card details, then proceed. Okay, I've added my card details, so I'll just click add credit card. So if you are doing this, you should know, like you should be doing it, privately, not like somebody's looking over your shoulder and seeing all of your details. You see, so I have scrolled up, okay, to hide the details, okay, so just basic security stuff, and then you can click add credit card. Now you are going to also now need to set up an account, okay, set up an account. I'm using the same email address I've been using before. Then name, and the phone number. All of these are basic contact details. So again, I'm going to pause the recording just so as to keep the details secure. So once I'm done, I'll just submit order, okay? After I have added the debit card. You see, after adding my debit card, it says successfully added. Okay, so that has been successfully added. So I'm going to just proceed now to create an account. It's advisable to sign up, so that you know what is happening, and you can also learn from the mails. But if you don't want, you can uncheck it. It's not compulsory. So just make sure you are not picking any extras here, except you really need those extras and you know why you need them, what you are going to be using them for. Then submit order. So I'm going to submit order now. So you see what happens next. See account created, billing added, domain added, product added, payment made. Okay, so you see order completed successfully. So your web hosting account has now been set up, account approved. Okay, so it's just a matter of signing in now. Then continue to your control panel. Now, the control panel for DreamHost is a custom-built control panel. It's different from the general cPanel. At first, it may look to you like, oh, what is this? But it's actually very easy to use. And I'm going to walk you through the important aspects. Okay. So for now, you can even start tutorial and go through, see what they have to offer and all of that. Okay. Okay, so that's about your hosting account is set up. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add domain name. See, because we did not add domain name, we said we would add domain name later. They added this temporary domain name. Okay, but now we are going to add our domain name by ourselves. So I'm going to take you through the next step for that. Now, this is important because even if you added a domain name from the beginning while you are setting up the web hosting account, remember that we got a web hosting account that can take multiple websites. So by the time you want to add new websites to the hosting account, you are still going to have to add domain, and you can see where to do that already here. Okay, you can see manage domains, then under websites, you can see manage websites. So we're going to go through all of that and we'll see what's next. Then we start building our website. But now your web hosting account is set up. Okay, so what is left now is to add your domain name to the web hosting account. Let's even just do that now. Let's do that. So just under domains, come to manage domains. Manage domains. Can you see add hosting to a domain or subdomain? Okay, so click that. And the domain to host, that's the domain name we already registered. michaelolutayo.com.ng. Then I prefer to leave it alone, since leaving it alone means that both of them will work. Okay, so I'll leave it alone. Then just any setting that is recommended, just leave it there, leave it as recommended. Then here, the web directory, I'll just put yes, the website name, I'll just put that. Okay, then yes, that's about it. Okay, it's only just add the domain name, type it, make sure it's correct. Then I advise that you pick this, leave it alone. Then leave the recommended settings as they are, and click on fully host this domain. There are other options that you can explore your own later, and you can also ask questions, you can study and all. We want to keep this as brief as possible without losing important details. Okay, so let's click on fully host this domain. You see, so it has been added to the hosting system. So you have added your domain name. Okay, so it's just now you can start building your website. You can start creating email addresses. You see now it's telling you HTTPS not secure. We're going to do that. Okay, so once you click on this, it gives you free SSL. Now, because we just registered the domain name, it's possible, okay, fine, this is exactly what I was going to say. This option requires your domain to be hosted here. It's actually hosted here because we have added DreamHost name servers. But because we have just registered the domain name, I'm actually doing this on the same day, like just a few hours between them. I mean, the domain registration and the hosting setup. Usually it takes like 24 to 48 hours for a domain name to fully propagate. So that's why it's telling you that this option requires your domain to be hosted here. But if you wait for, say, another 24 hours, you'll find that the name servers would have propagated. So by the time you come here, this option unavailable will no longer be there. It's going to be available. So we're going to do that in a subsequent lesson. Remember what I said, that don't try to implement as you watch, okay? Just take notes. Some of those things may sound like, hey, what is this? When you are, it's just because it's your first time. As you take notes and then, actually writing down notes, important details, you are going to find that implementation will be a lot easier, and then it becomes something that you can just do without even thinking about it. So you need to practice, you need to implement, okay? But not while you are following as I'm doing it. As I'm doing it, as you're watching the video, you're taking notes, then you come back and you implement. Then in the process of doing that, if you need to go back to the video, no issues. But if you have taken detailed notes, it may not even be necessary for you to go back to the video. So now we've set up our web hosting account. Earlier, we already registered the domain name, and now we have added that domain name to the web hosting account. Remember that all of these things that you are setting up, they are going to send emails to you. Okay, look at this, for example. Okay, order confirmation, everything now. So this order confirmation or invoice payment confirmation, okay, you send it, okay, forward it to, once you receive it, forward it to philip@digitalbuyer.uk so that you can receive the free resources mentioned, you see. So this is this just okay. So this is for the domain name. Okay, no, you don't need to forward that for the domain name. Forward for the hosting. Okay, forward for the hosting. Where is it? Okay, I think the yes, this is it. No, this is not. No. Okay, it hasn't dropped. I'm wondering why. But you are going to receive a. Okay, I think it's in junk. Okay, I know it's two servers that is in junk. I'll move it. But the point is, you are going to receive a receipt, an email with a receipt from DreamHost. Okay, and once you receive it, just okay, this is it. I think. Let me check. Just forward it. Okay, you see DreamHost payment receipts. Okay, this is it. Okay, so just forward this. Forward this to philip@digitalvineyard.uk. Okay, so that we'll know that you have set up your hosting account, and then we can give you the resources you need to take things further. Okay, so that will be it for now. Okay. Yes. So remember, if you are not yet on Business Mastery Club, join us there. The link is connect.tpcl.com.ng, and the link to sign up for your web hosting account is digitalvineyard.uk/hosting. If you need a dollar card to make the purchase, you can go to resources.tpcl.com.ng/dollar. If you haven't done that before, go on that platform, set up an account, create a dollar card, fund it, and you can make your purchases easily. So I look forward to receiving your questions and your comments on Business Mastery Club. The link again is connect.tpcl.com.ng/RSVP. Thank you and bye for now. Welcome back to the lesson on website setup. So we're going to continue from where we stopped. Before now, we already discussed DNS propagation. We saw what the control panel looks like. We talked about SSL certificates, and we have added an SSL certificate to the domain name. Then we showed how to create webmail accounts, and now we want to look at how to install WordPress. Okay, so let's demonstrate that. Okay, so you go into your, let's say you want to log in afresh. Okay, because sometimes maybe you are not able to complete. I'm still logged in, but I want to do as if okay, I'm logging in afresh, because sometimes I'm not able to complete everything at once and you want to go back. Okay, so just log in. And okay, you see, so before then, let's check if our SSL certificate is now active. You know, the last time it was showing insecure, you see it's now active. You see the padlock sign there, and when you click on it, connection is secure. Then you see everything. Okay, so let's go to WordPress. This is WordPress here. Click on WordPress, then click one click installs. Okay, so just click on that, one click installs. Then learn more and install here. Okay, so where do you want to install your website? You pick the domain you are working with. Okay, so this is the domain, and you see it already has HTTPS. That's because we have added the SSL certificate. Okay, so that makes it easier for you. Take note of all of the details. Okay, this is advisable. Automatically create database. You can do the deluxe or deluxe install. It will give you some plugins that will be installed automatically. But if you don't want, you can uncheck it. Then WP Website Builder, I'm going to uncheck this because we're going to use a different website builder. However, if you want to use free tools all through, WP Website Builder is not bad. Okay, you can use it to build your website. Okay, however, for the sake of this program, I advise that you use either Thrive Architect or Divi, or you can use both, depending on how you want to use them. And I'll show you how to get all of those things. By the way, if you sign up for the hosting accounts via the link as described, and you forward your receipts and all of that, we're going to give you either Divi or Thrive Architect for free. Okay, either of the two. Okay, so you can get details about that on the discussion platform. And we're going to have tutorials, okay, on both. Okay, we have tutorials on both: how to build websites with Divi, how to build websites with Thrive Architect. Okay, so just click on install it for me now. Okay, so it has been installed. It's success. WordPress will be installed to your domain name within 10 minutes using, and all of that. So you are going to check your email, and you will find the access details, how to log into the back end of your website. You will find it in your email. So in this case, let me sign into the email that we're using. They say in 10 minutes, but usually it's faster than that. But let's check and see. Okay, we'll wait again. We'll wait and then we'll continue from there once we receive the email. Okay, we can continue now. The email is yes, success installing WordPress. So let's just open that. Okay, I want to be sure I'm sharing the right screen. Okay, yes. So now you can log into WordPress, blah, 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 and all of that. If you know that's log for the first time, you click here, So we're just going to click this now, and then we'll set a password. You can also install WordPress manually, but that's technical. So just follow the easy way, okay? Should be a strong password. Why is it calling it medium? If you like, you can use the password that is being suggested and save that in your. But I will use this now. That can always be changed. I'm not saving. So now you can log in. Now, but before you even log in, you see WordPress has been installed. Before WordPress was installed, this is what the site looked like. Oh, where is it? Okay, I think I've closed that window. But we saw what the website looked like before WordPress was installed. Now that WordPress has been installed, let's visit the website again. You see? Oh, okay, still looks this way. Then the installation is not. No, this is what it looked like before we completed installation of WordPress. Now that WordPress has been installed, it should look different. So now that it's looking this way, it's possible that maybe the files are still cached. There is what we call cache, C-A-C-H-E. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear cache in the web browser, and then I'll reload the website and see what happens. Okay, let me even reload first. Okay, this site can't be reached. Why can't this site be reached? I think something is wrong with my internet connection. Let me try again. Okay, it's either something is wrong with my internet connection or the SSL certificate has not fully propagated, you see. Okay, so we can still wait, just wait and go and do something else and come back. Okay, but let's see. I think we've logged into the website. Where did we log in? Okay, so let's log in and see what happens. Let's use you can use the username or your email address. Either one will work. You can use the username that was sent to you via email or the email address that you used to create the account. Okay, so this is what the back end looks like. Then, okay, this is what it looks like. Or you are going to edit all of these things, just another website, and all of you are going to edit all of that. Okay, but you already have a website now. So what is left is to design. Okay, you see, this is what I was saying. So now it looks different. So this is a website. So what you have now is like you want to build a house and you have finished building the house, but you have not put the finishing touches. You have the blocks. I mean, the walls have been formed, you have roofed the house, and all of that, like an uncompleted building, you understand? You have finished the bricklaying part and the roofing and all of that, but you now need to start furnishing the house, making it look beautiful, plastering and all of that. Okay, so you understand. So what we have now is a website already. So what you now need to do is all of those other things that I talked about. So to build your website, there are lots of ways to build your WordPress website. And one of the easiest ways is to use page builders. Use a page builder, okay? But before then, there are some basic customizations that you need to do. So log into your site. If you click it, to take you back to the dashboard. So there's some basic customizations like this, just another WordPress site, and all. You should change all of those things. But the first thing you want to do, come to settings, then change the permalinks. Okay, well, let's even start with this since we're already here. Just under WordPress, let's call it personal website of course, you should use something that makes sense and that will help your search engine visibility and all. But for now, let's just do this personal website of Michael Olutayo. Okay, the tagline, you can put your tagline, okay? You can put your tagline, whatever you want as your tagline. Or for now, the website now we think about this. So for now, let's just put Michael Olutayo's website title, and here let's say a personal website of Michael Olutayo. Let's just say you can put your, if you have a tagline. Okay, let's put something like helping. Let's just put this, okay? Well, let's just put this. I'm just putting, just put your own tagline, okay? Let's see, let's just say, okay, but you put what works for you. I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, so this is not necessarily out. Okay, so I'm just doing this, change it to your time zone. Nigeria is UTC+1. Okay, then choose your preferred date format, your preferred time format. Then when does your week start? Okay, pick all of that, then save changes. Then after that, go to permalinks. Go to permalinks. This is permalinks here. Permalinks. Then by default, it's here. If you are building a magazine website or a newspaper website where you want each article, you want the link to each article to include the date, the year, the month, the day, if you want that, you can leave it this way. But for most websites, it's better to pick post name. That will also help your search engine optimization. So pick this option, post name, and then save changes. Okay, so those are some basics that you need to do. There is a lot more, but what we want to do is we just want to build a simple website to start with. Okay, so we're going to use a page builder called Thrive Architect to start with. So it's available as a plugin. So come to plugins and then click add new. Plugins are like a bundle of codes. Just looking for a simple way to explain it now. It's like a bundle of code or that you can use to add more features to your website. Okay, so there are different plugins for different kinds of things, and that's one of the things that makes WordPress powerful. There are plugins for almost anything you can think about. If you want to start an online school, for example, you just install the plugin that you want, for that, and you set it up. If you want to turn your website into an online store where you want to be selling stuff and you want people to be able to pay online and all of that, you install a plugin called WooCommerce. There are others, but WooCommerce is like very popular and it works well. Okay, so there are plugins for almost anything. So in this case, we're going to install a plugin for building website pages. And there are two ways to install plugins. You can search the WordPress repository if it's a free plugin that is available on the WordPress repository, or you can get the plugin from the developers of that plugin. Okay, you get it from the developers and you you now download after you've bought it from them, and some are free. Some are free, but they are not on the WordPress repository, whichever way, whether free or paid. But once you've got it from the developer and you've downloaded it on your own laptop or your device, then you come here and you click upload. So in our own case, Thrive Architect is not a free plugin. So if I search for it now, let's see what happens. It's not, if you see no plugins found, it's not a free plugin. So you download it from the website, you bought it and you downloaded it, then you now upload. So I will show you how to do that. But before then, let's even look at it. Let's look at Thrive Architect. Okay, so now back then it used to be available as a separate purchase, but now it's part of the Thrive suite. Okay, it's part of the Thrive suite. Okay, so let's open the page. You can just learn about it. You know, it's you can, it's a page builder, you know, for WordPress, and it makes building websites very easy. So there are different packages. Okay, fine. Okay, so they started to sell it as a standalone again. Okay, before it was, you had to buy the Thrive suite at some point, if I remember. But now this is $97 per year. So every year you are going to be paying $97 to renew it. Now, if you are building websites for clients, these are some of the things you factor in. You understand? As at the time of this recording, $97 is around 66,000 naira, a little over 66,000 naira. So you are going to be paying that every year. Okay, but we're going to give that to you free of charge. Okay, we'll give it to you free of charge once you follow the process that we have described up to this point. You sign up for your web hosting account and through our link and send receipt and all of that. Okay, so that's one of the benefits that you get. Okay, so now I'm going to upload Thrive Architect. Okay, so I'm back to the website, and then I click on upload plugin, then choose file, then Thrive Architect. I'll go to where I saved that on my laptop. That's it. So you upload it and click install now. Usually it doesn't take this long, but my internet connection is somehow this morning. And I don't want to pause the video so that I will not risk having you miss out on any important detail. Okay, so you see, so it has installed, plugin installed successfully. So the next step is to activate the plugin. Now, the version that you are getting does not require annual renewal. So by getting this version, you are saving yourself nothing less than $97 every year. Okay, so that's it's good to take note of that. Okay, so this is the plugin Thrive Architect. Okay, so you see, then when you look at your dashboard here, the left side, you'll find Thrive Dashboard. You'll find Thrive Dashboard here. Okay, so it has been installed. Now you can begin to build website pages. You can begin to build website pages using that. Okay, so we have this one that we're using. It has a license key, okay, that is already activated. So you don't need all of this, okay? So it's already activated. So if you go to Thrive dashboard, you can begin to use it. Okay, so you can view video tutorial. Yes, come to Thrive dashboard and view video tutorial, then so that you can learn some things. But of course, we're going to demonstrate some of these things now. Okay, so let's just see the site again so that you see the difference after we have started using Thrive Architect. This is what it looks like right now. Okay, so now let us create a page. I'll just come to new here and then I'll pick page, or I come to pages and I pick add new. Okay, so whichever way is the same. The result is the same. So I'll create a new page. Okay, so this is what you find. Okay, so for now you can go through all of this for you to learn. As a beginner, you can go through all of these, read the details, okay, and get to understand. Okay, then you can click get started. So this is what it will look like. Okay, when you want to create a new page. Let's call this home page. Let's call it home. Okay. My internet connection is really acting up. I think I'll have to just pause this, but let me try. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to pause this video here. It's like internet is not cooperating right now. So I'll pause this video here and we'll continue in the next lesson. Okay, thank you and see you in the next lesson. Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to build our landing page using a plugin called Thrive Architect. We already installed Thrive Architect in a previous lesson, so we'll just go right ahead and demonstrate the process of building the landing page. Now, when you are logging into your website, again, you are logging into the back end of your website, you go to the website address /wp-admin. That's where you go. But let me just even type the website address first. Okay, it's here. Switch to this tab. Let me switch. Okay. Just want to show you what the site looks like right now before you see this is what it still looks like. We haven't built our landing page yet. Okay, so now go to /wp-admin. You can change this and you should actually change it for security reasons. We're going to get there, but this is the default way to log into a WordPress website. The website address /wp-admin. Okay, so it will take you to the login page. You can customize all of this. If you are building websites for clients, you may want to remove the WordPress and put their logo there, and do a bit of customization. Those are some of the things that you do that help you to command premium pricing. You understand? Okay, so I'm going to log in to the website. And now I want to build my page. I just go to new, then I click on page, or I come here to the left side here and I go to pages and click add new. It's the same thing. So I'll click this. Then let me call it free. Let me call it freebie. I'll just call it freebie. Now the idea is that when you are setting up your website, you should have something to sell. Okay, have something to sell. And if you don't have something to sell yet, you should at least have a way to generate leads, have a way to get people to submit their email address so that you can keep in touch with them and you can give them something valuable in exchange for that. Okay, I'll just call this freebie. It could be anything. And once you learn this, you can use it to create all kinds of landing pages. And you can even use it to create a full-fledged website. You'll see it. Let's go. So you give your page a name. If you want to change the permalink, that's the URL, you can change it. So as it is now, it's going to be michaellutaro.com.ng/freebie. Okay, that's what it's going to be now. Okay, so then I'm going to save draft. I don't want to publish yet. So once I have saved draft, I will view preview, click view preview. Okay, then can you see edit with Thrive Architect here? We've already installed Thrive Architect and activated it. That's why it's showing here. So click edit with Thrive Architect. And I've shown you how to get Thrive Architect. You can get it directly, or you can get it by following the instructions to get the hosting. So once you get your hosting by following the instructions provided, let us know. We give you Thrive Architect also. Okay. You now click on, well, there are different ways. If you have a template, okay, where this is for beginners, so I'm not going to talk about saving templates yet. So just click this. Can you see this icon that looks like cloud? Click it. You are going to find lots of different kinds of templates. Okay, so you see different kinds of templates that you can use. So based on your need, you pick the one you want. You can explore this on your own. I don't want this to be too long, okay? You can explore this on your own, but I am just going to create a video landing page. So I'll come here and filter templates by tags. You see, depending on the kind of page you want to create, you may want to create a coming soon page. If you want to create a coming soon page, you click that. So to show you the templates that are available for coming soon page, okay? But in my own case, what I want, I want a video lead generation page. So I'll click video. Okay, then I will look at which of the videos is a lead generation page. If I click lead generation, to show me other lead generation options that are not necessarily video. Okay, but I have made up my mind that I want to build a video landing page. Okay, so you should take your time to explore. You will understand how these things work. So now I've selected video here, so it's going to show me only landing pages that have videos. Okay, so this is a sales page. All of these are sales pages. I want a lead generation page. Sales page will give you a button that you can click and then buy something. Lead generation will make it possible for people to enter their email address. Okay, so this is one. Mini Squeeze 2 video lead generation page. I can use this, for example. There are others. Okay, this is also for lead generation. Okay, it's lead generation. So let me use that Mini Squeeze 2 lead generation page. So you see, you select the template you want, then you come here and pick choose template. So once you have this, you can edit it as you want. You change the text here to what you want it to be. Then you adjust this also to what you want it to be. Let me see. Let's change it to the proven way. I want proven way to be green, so I'll just the proven way to make money online. Make money online. Oh, the free guide, you understand? Just you need to have something to offer, you understand? So that's it. Then I'm using a video. I've already recorded a video. It's advisable that you host your video on YouTube or Vimeo. But if the video is not so heavy, you can upload it to your website also. But I will use the video that is on YouTube. Okay, so this is the video. Okay, so I'll just copy the link. I'll click on share, then copy the link. This is the link, and okay, so I'll come here, I'll click on this video. Then can you see options here? This left side, source. So I'll pick YouTube because I'm using a YouTube video. And I'll delete the link there and put my own link. So you'll find that it will change. Okay, so you see this is the video now. Then I can customize it as I want. I can customize it in a lot of ways. So you can explore, explore and find that on your own. Okay, I want to hide the logo there. I want to hide controls. Then it's advisable that you use a thumbnail to cover this. So I'll just upload a picture. I will upload a picture to use as thumbnail. Give me a minute. So I want to upload a thumbnail. Note the difference. Note what will happen here when I upload the thumbnail. So I'll click on choose file, upload files. Then I look for an image. And okay, I have an image here that I want to use. Okay, this. If your image is heavy, you can optimize it before uploading. Okay, you can use a tool like Riot. We're going to get there when we get to graphics design. Okay, so click and upload. Upload, insert into post. So you see that it's different now. So there is, this cover. You can even design a thumbnail in Canva. You can use, the YouTube thumbnail feature and design a thumbnail and write whatever you want on it. So that would be like the cover image on the what's it called now, on the video. Then this now, okay, get your free guide. Let's say it's a free guide, get your free guide right away. So people enter their emails. You want to collect the name so that you can personalize the emails to them, like their first name, you understand? So it's advisable that you have their first name. Then you are going to connect this to your MailChimp account or any other email marketing system you are using. So once you click on this now, you will find the option to adjust all of these things. Okay, so you can adjust. Let me click on the email field. Okay, as it is now, I'm clicking on the content box. Okay, this is the lead generation, you see. So I've clicked on it now. So it will show me what to do. Form fields. I want to add a new form field. So I'll click add new and put first name. Okay, it has given me the options name, phone. So I want to add name. So I'll put first name. Okay. If you want any other one, you can also add. Okay, but it's better just do first name and email. Or if you like, you can also add what's it called? Phone number. Okay, but sometimes people are reluctant to put their phone number. Even email, people are reluctant if you are not putting up a convincing offer. Okay, you can make it required if you like. I am not going to make first name required. Only email will be required. So apply. So you now have email first name. If you want the first name to be up, you drag it up, and then email comes next. Okay, first name, email. You see. So then if you don't add connection here, the details will be saved on your website, and it's not going to be easy for you to use it that way. It's easier to just send the details straight to your email marketing system. So for that, you click add connection, and okay, let's do that first. Add connection. Okay, so which connection do you want? And you see, by default, only email is there. Okay, so it's going to just send that information to your email when people fill this in. And I think there's also a place where to save it on your website. I'm not sure right now, but I think so. You can check that out on your own. But what I advise is that connect your MailChimp account. If you don't have a MailChimp account, create one. Okay, so go to the API dashboard. Go to the API dashboard. Then add new connection. Select an app. Here, select MailChimp under email marketing. You see, this is MailChimp or whichever one you are using. Then put the API key for your MailChimp account. Okay, so I'm going to log into my MailChimp. You can read all of this for details, but what I will do is I'll log into my MailChimp account and get the API key. If you don't have a MailChimp account, it's easy to create one. Just go to MailChimp.com, then sign up, okay, and follow the process. So once you have created one, you can log in. Okay, you can log in. And get your API key. They should put a direct link. There's something will put a direct link that once you click it, I mean, Thrive Architect should have a direct link where once you click it, it takes you there, but no problem. So now, once you have signed into your MailChimp, click here, click your account. Okay, can you see? Just click on it, and okay, I think it should be under account and billing. I momentarily forgot right now, but let's check where the API key is. Okay, yes, under account and billing, then go to extras. Extras, can you see then API keys? So API is short for application programming interface, so that you understand some of these things here, so you can begin to talk like a tech person, With application programming interface, it is what your website or what applications used to connect or communicate with one another. MailChimp is an application, WordPress is another application. So for both of them to communicate, you connect them with an API key. Okay, so I'll copy this key. I'll copy one of my keys here, and I'll paste it here. I'll paste it here, then connect. This thing that I'm showing you, and I'm not exaggerating, you can offer a company this for 100,000 naira or more, setting up a landing page for them. Maybe they want to do email marketing, or they have a campaign, or they have something they are promoting. You can do this, and you can do it in 1 hour. You complete everything, and you can get paid as much as 100,000 naira or much more than that. You see now we have MailChimp here now. So I will just click MailChimp instead of email. So now I click MailChimp. Then I pick the what's it called? The mailing lists. I have several mailing lists on my account. If you are creating a new MailChimp account and it is free, you are only going to be able to create one list, and it's okay, no problem. Just pick that one link, okay? Pick that one link that one list rather. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit tired. I've been working all day. Okay, I actually started working since around 4 a.m. thereabouts, and I've not slept. This is 1:25 a.m. the following day. Okay, I started working, doing all of these things, and a number of other things. 3 a.m. on Tuesday. This is 1:25 a.m. on Wednesday, and I've not slept. I just had a short nap in the afternoon. Okay, so pardon me if I'm a bit tired. Okay, so I'm going to pick. I'm trying to see the. Okay, let me pick. Because I didn't plan this ahead. I didn't plan which list I would use ahead. Okay, let me pick virtual business school. I'll pick virtual business school, the virtual business school list. Then I am going to add a tag so that I can identify that these people, anybody that signs up here, I can identify where they came from. So I will add a tag. You can make it single opt-in or double opt-in. Okay, I prefer double opt-in so that people can check their email and confirm. Sometimes people enter wrong email, and sometimes also somebody may use somebody else's email to sign up. You understand? So double opt-in, helps to make sure that people confirm before they are subscribed. Okay, so here I'm just going to put Michael Olutayo. So I know that anybody that enters this my MailChimp list came from Michael Olutayo. In your own case, what you should do is, let's say you have different offers, for example. Okay, you can put the name of your offer as the tag. So when you are looking at your list, you can separate the list, you can sort the list based on the tag. So you know that, okay, these are the people that signed up for this particular offer, these are those that signed up for that particular offer. It depends on you. There are a lot of ways. Tag is just a way to identify or to group different members of your audience. We'll cover that when we get to email marketing, but at least you are getting introduced to it now. See, there's a lot to learn, and it's a very intensive program. By the time you are done, you will be an expert. You look back and you'll be so glad that you went through this program. Okay, so just follow for now. So apply it and save work. Okay. So now you are saying they should get the free guide. So where will they get the free guide? So if you click on this now, you can redirect to custom URL. Well, let me put let me put an actual guide so that at least you can use this. Mr. Michael now can use this website. You can use this landing page in the meantime until he has time or is ready to design his own. So the proper way to start your business. Okay. This is not, you have to, this is copywriting, so it's another lesson or training on its own. So right now, I'm not thinking of something very convincing, but, you can change it. So start your own business or something, but just put the heading, the proven way to start your business. Okay, so let's say start a new business. Okay, proven guide. Ultimate guide, whatever, just something that will make people want to sign up. You get, okay? So that is, so here now the redirect. For now, just for convenience, I'm going to make it single opt-in. Okay, I'll make it single opt-in so that once people sign up, they can immediately download. Okay, you can download the whatever, the what's it called now? They can download the the material we're giving them. Okay, so I want to edit this and make it single opt-in. Where is this? Sorry, I'll get not here. Okay, yes. So I'll make it single opt-in for now, and then remember to keep saving your work. Okay, so I come back here, and once people sign up, I want it to redirect and give them what they are going to download. Get the free guide. Okay, give them the free guide. Where is why is this thing? Is it because okay, this is a redirect to custom URL. Okay, if you don't want to redirect, there are other options. You can say show success notification. Okay, if you are doing double opt-in, you need to go and make some settings in your MailChimp account to deliver the material you want to deliver. It won't be advisable that if you are doing double opt-in, you now redirect and you let them download immediately, except you are redirecting to a thank you page. You understand, which you have set and all of that. Okay, but all of those things we're going to cover them when we get to email marketing. Okay, so I'll just put a direct link to one of my books here. What I'm doing is I'm showing what I'm doing is I am showing you examples, so you do your own. But in the meantime, you can use my own. That's the essence of teaching and mentoring. You can use what your mentor or your coach has already done. Okay, you can build on that. Okay. You are not pirating, or you are not plagiarizing. Okay, so but you can build on what has been done. You can use it. Okay, so that's it. Now I'll come here and save and preview. Let's see what it looks like. Save and preview. This is what it looks like. Remember that we have not published, so this is what it looks like. So let me come back to edit page and then publish. Then I'm going to publish. In any case, okay, you can view page now. In any case, when you are starting a business or when you are building a business or whatever you are doing, it's very important that you start building your audience from day one. So even if you don't have you don't have anything yet, you can create a simple resource that you can share with people. Don't use other people's resources except they give you the permission. Like I'm giving you permission to use my book now, for example. Okay, if they don't, you create something. It could be something very simple. It could be a guide, a simple one-page guide, something that will be useful for the particular kind of people you are targeting. Okay, it could be an audio course. You can record an audio, maybe 15 minutes, and teach them something useful that they can apply immediately. You understand? So if you finish building and you find that you want to change some things, for example, say this is my copyright 2017 company name, you want to change that and put your name. This disclaimer, you want to link it to a disclaimer. If you don't want disclaimer, you delete it. So if you want to make all of those changes, just come to edit with Thrive Architect. Just click that again and make your changes. I would like to change this to start your own business. Way to start your own business. Okay, just showing you that you can edit. Okay, then here copyright 2017, copyright 2022. Okay, Michael Butayo. You can put your company name here. Well, we don't want to have a disclaimer here, so you can remove it. Okay, but if you have a disclaimer, you link, you make a hyperlink. Let me see. Okay, you see here, you can make a hyperlink if you have an actual disclaimer that you want to use. You can just make it a hyperlink here. Okay, so you put the such that once people click it, it takes them to where the disclaimer is. I'm trying to find the hyperlink. Okay, I think it's been a while I did this. I don't remember where but I know you can hyperlink that text. I don't remember where it is right now. Okay, so you can explore, and find it. Okay, but for now I'm just going to remove it. Okay, you can click this to preview. Okay, then you can preview on different devices to see what it will look like on different devices. You can pick this to see what it will look like on phone, pick this to see what it will look like on tablet. then click this to see what it looks like on desktop. Okay, so this is just an example. There are lots of templates. So experiment with various kinds of templates. In fact, you can build an entire website with this Thrive Architect, and you can even build a one-page website that one-page contains everything that you need. Okay, so that's it. So for now, I'm just going to save this. I'm going to save this. Now, let me show you something. The fact that you have created this page does not mean that it automatically becomes your home page. If you want it to be your home page, you set it as your home page. Whatever page you want as your home page, you set it as home page. Let me show you what I'm saying. Let's go back to michaelolutayo.com.ng. You see, what we have there is still, this is still what we have. So if you want to change that, so you come to the dashboard, then you go to settings, then reading. Okay, I've already clicked settings, so come to reading settings. This is reading settings, you see. So click reading. Let me scroll down so that it can. You see reading. Click that reading. Then a static page. Your home page displays. Make it a static page. Then select the page you want to use. Okay, the page is this page that we just created, freebie. So I'll select that. Then I'll save changes. Save changes. Okay, so now if I go to michaelolutayo.com.ng now, it will take us to that page that we just created. That's what you are going to find. So, oh, what's happening? Let me check to be sure that I did the right thing. The static page, yes, I've saved it. Okay, fine. What would have happened is that the cache is still saved. Okay, so once I refresh now, it should load. If it doesn't load, I will delete cache. Okay, let's you see delete cache. Can you see it here? Then if that still doesn't work, I also delete cache from my browser. You see, once I've deleted cache, now the old files have gone, so the new site is loading. Now all of this that you are seeing on top is because you are logged in. Visitors will not see all of this. So let me log out so that you can see. Okay. Now michaelolutayo.com.ng. So if you visit it now, you have this. Okay, so you see. So now let me sign up, and I can play the video. Start a real online business that will position you to increase your impact and income while creating. This video is for something else. Okay, so but you can change it later. But at least once people, the idea now is okay. Now once people sign up, once people sign up, you can follow up with them if you want to introduce them to this training. And that's one of the things you can start doing. If you don't have your own product yet, okay, you can follow up with them. Once you sign up, or follow up with them, or you signed up for this, okay, and then guide them through and all of that, And I'm just saying, but we're going to discuss all of those details on the discussion platform. So let me sign up now. Let's say I want to sign up. My name, my email address. Let's say I'm signing up with this. Okay, then you get instant access. So you see what will happen. Ideally, you should redirect to a page where you have some other information and there may be a link for them to download. But you see, just to demonstrate to you. Now, immediately I signed up, I'm redirected here, so I can download the book. You understand? Okay, so that's how it works. And if I go into my MailChimp account now and I look at that list, that audience, okay, they are calling it audience. Now back then used to be called list, so that name still remains in my mind. Okay, so if I go to audience and I look for let me pick, okay, this is okay, fine. So virtual business school is the audience I used. So let me look for virtual business school. This is it. Okay, so there was no audience, no contact there before. Okay, so now virtual business school. So if I click this, it's saying to subscribers because you are the first subscriber on your list, any list you have. So but it's actually, so can you see? Okay, so then somebody actually subscribed before. Okay, I didn't know. Now, but see the point. So this is what I wanted to show you. You see, so that is how you are going to, when people subscribe to your site like that, it goes straight to your MailChimp account. There you can send them emails. You can see, you see, this is the 24/8/2020. So that's when I'm doing this, 1:37 a.m. Okay, so if I click this now, you can find the details. Okay. See. Now this is not updating some. It's not updating something because this email actually existed before. it actually existed before in this list and it was removed and all of that. So, but the point is, it has been added. That email now has been added to the audience. You understand? Okay. So most of the time, you are going to learn a lot of things on your own by practicing what you have already learned, what you've already been taught. All of these things that I'm teaching you now, most of them, I learned them on my own. So you already have an advantage, okay, simply by taking this course. And if there is anything you don't understand, always feel free to reach out, ask questions on the discussion platform, and we're going to get it sorted. Thank you very much. And remember to share this with your friends. Let them sign up, okay, so that they can also get to join the discussions. If they have issues, they can ask and all of that. But if it's just to watch the videos are available freely for everyone. But it's better that they sign up so that they can get the extra support that will be needed, okay, at one point or the other. That will accelerate their journey. These things are things you can learn on your own once you watch the video, but it's going to take much longer. And there are some things that you should not have to figure out on your own. It's waste of time, like reinventing the wheel. Okay, so that's the sense of coaching and mentoring. So I hope you share this with your friends and get them to sign up. So with this, practically speaking, or for all practical purposes, let me go. We have actually built a website, because this is a complete website. It's just like a one-page website. You understand? And as simple as this website is, it can be making millions for you. What you just do is you have a high ticket offer, you start with a free guide or a low ticket offer, and then once people see that and they, wow, this is so good, they sign up for the high ticket offer. And we're going to talk about all of those details as we come, but this is a complete website. You can start using your email address now. You can start sharing your website with people. You can change the content there, if you like, and all of that. But at least you know that your website is now in use. Okay, so thank you once again, and bye for now.